Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining once again. So we all know about the illegal immigration crisis that we have going on in this country, and that Trump has promised that one of the major things that he's going to do is once he gets back in office is he's going to strive to solve the problem of the illegal immigration situation in our country. However, some people in this country who are not here legally have decided, and I'm pretty sure you guys have already know about this, have decided to take upon themselves to deport themselves because they know that when Trump gets in, once he is inaugurated, they're going to be on his hit list, so to speak. Okay. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the migrants in Springfield, Ohio, have decided to deport themselves before the president-elect actually is inaugurated and puts his foot down over the whole situation. So let's get right into this article. Yeah. Haitian migrants are reportedly self-deporting from Springfield, Ohio, and fleeing to sanctuary jurisdictions such as Chicago, Illinois, and New York City, New York. What I find interesting about this before I continue on is that it says here in the introduction of this article that these people are fleeing to sanctuary jurisdictions, which suggests to me that clearly Springfield, Ohio is not a sanctuary jurisdiction. So if it's not a sanctuary jurisdiction, how's these people coming out? I mean, I don't get it, Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I said this before, that once the sanctuary cities get filled up, they're going to start spilling over in other places and causing problems. But let's go on. Springfield, a city of 50,000 that lies between Columbus and Dayton, garnered national attention months ago when President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance noted that the community has been inundated with thousands of Haitian migrants as a result of President Joe Biden's immigration policies. Many of the 10,000 to 20,000 Haitian migrants who arrived in Springfield over the last few years are in the United States on temporary protective status, TPS for short, a quasi-amnesty program. Others were awarded parole after being released into the United States at the southern border. As Breitbart News reported in September, the arrival of thousands of Haitians has driven up housing costs in Springfield, created more welfare dependency, and coincided with a surge in car crashes that police and firefighters must respond to. Why do I keep thinking this is all part of the plan? To break up the cohesiveness of our country, to cause order and chaos, to bring order out of chaos, but the chaos is being caused by the people at the top. Let's go on. With Trump and Vance's election victory this month, Haitian migrants have told CBS News and The Guardian that they plan to flee to sanctuary jurisdictions like Chicago and New York City. Some already have fled, the reports indicate. One Haitian woman, this is interesting, she knows of 10 family members and friends who have already left Springfield, while an immigration activist told The Guardian that, quote, people are leaving. Okay, people are leaving. I mean, what you want us to, I mean, you want us to be mad and depressed? I don't want, whatever. I'm going to get into that because I don't want people to think I don't love it, but I'll talk about it. Vance in particular has accurately tied mass immigration to higher housing costs. And I heard him actually give that speech. And he says, Springfield, for instance, has seen its housing supply bought up by landlords looking to jack up rents on newly arrived Haitian migrants who are willing to share apartments and pay much higher prices. As a result, many native Springfield residents have been priced out of the market, unable to afford $2,000 to $3,000 for rent. Wow. It always causes issues, right? 25 million, it always causes issues, rather, with the native-born people. The people, the people that belong, they're native-borns. We're the ones that always get hurt. Anyway, I'm getting triggered. 25 million illegal aliens competing with Americans for scarce homes is one of the most significant drivers of home prices in the country, Vance said during a debate this year. It's why we have massive increases in home prices that have happened. I'm not going to say that's the only reason why, but it is one of the reasons why. He has his economics right here. It's why we have massive increases in home prices that have happened right alongside massive increases in illegal alien populations under Kamala Harris's leadership. End of article. There we go. Yeah. You know, these migrants in Springfield, Ohio have decided that they're going to go ahead and self-deport themselves because, as I said earlier, they already know, at least I suspect that they know, that when Trump gets in office, he's going to start just, you guys going to have to go. Now, whether or not he would have gone about if Trump would go about this in some kind of mean-spirited way or where he just simply don't care and splits up families remains to be seen. I don't think it's going to be that severe, although I do think that some people may get split up. It happens. It happens. You can't control everything. But here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. How can I put it? If you're not here legally, you should not be here. I don't know how. I don't know how else to put it. I just don't know how else to put it. You know, if you're not here legally, you shouldn't be here. People that have gone through years of process and so forth to be here legally and going through all these years and going through all the paperwork and did everything but stand on their hands, you know what I mean, to be here legally. And now all of a sudden they turn around and they see these illegals are coming in here in droves and then giving handouts just is not fair to them. And what I'm hearing is a lot of the ones, legal immigrants that are here are pretty upset about these illegals, you know, because these illegals make them look bad. Here, these guys broke their neck to try to get here legally, and they don't get any handouts. They don't get any real kind of help. All they want is the freedom to be whatever they want to be, to worship the way they want to worship, to own a business, and not have to worry about the government controlling everything, telling them what they can and cannot do. Well, although the American government is trying to do that right now. But yeah, that's all they want. And they're not getting any of these handouts. And a lot of these illegals are getting handouts. They're getting all the help they can get from the elites. And I say the elites because I don't think it's just Democrats. I think it's a mixture of neocons as well, okay? These fake Republicans who are all about creating order out of chaos in order to bring about their NWO, and you know what that means. So here's, eventually it's going to come down to this. It's going to come down to what are you going to do as an illegal migrant? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to give the officers that are going to start this process off? Are you going to give them a hard time? Are you going to fight against them? Are you going to buck against the system? Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it has to be done. It has to be done. There's no other way around it. It has to be done. You can't run away from it. You can try, you can run, but you can't hide. Okay. And let's be realistic. Many of these people that are here illegally are criminals. Not all of them. I'm not referencing these Haitians here. You know, I'm going to assume that a significant number of these Haitians that are deciding to deport themselves are pretty decent people. Okay, they're pretty decent people. And, but they know in their heart, or they suspect in their heart that Trump is going to be like, he's going to put the hammer down. He's going to put the hammer down. And look, I mean, if you'd have just gone through the process, man, look, if you'd have just gone through the process, I think if you get your green card while you're waiting for, I don't know how long it takes for them to get their green card, but I think once they get their green card, I think they're all right. They cool. They're here legally or something along that line. Please correct me in the comment box. I didn't study on that, so I'm not going to make a lot of comments on that. I didn't really research that aspect. But all I do know is that it takes a while to get established here. It takes a while to get established legally. And I'm guessing that maybe perhaps a lot of these illegals that are here don't want to go through their process. The ones, and I'm not talking about the criminals, the larger whatever gangs and MS-13. I'm not talking about those fools. I'm talking about people who want to just come here and do the right thing, get a job or whatever, but they don't want to go through the process. Maybe perhaps they don't want to go through that long process because it's just too burdensome. But why put yourself through the headache? Clearly, if you want to go through the process, then you've already been accepted. If you don't have no criminal record or anything like that, you don't have no criminal record. You wasn't a criminal when you fled your other country and came here. You decided to go through the process legally. Even though you may have to wait long periods of time, at least you don't have a criminal record. You're not or rather, you're not a criminal coming over here to this country in order to commit more crimes. At least you're a good person, if you will. Okay, and with that aura, if you will, with that kind of baggage, you're more likely to be accepted. So my suggestion is go through the process. It may take a long time to go through the process, but go through the process. Why go through all of this rigmarole of finding you're here of coming here illegally, even though you don't want to do nothing bad, but you want to come here illegally because you want to do it illegally because you don't want to have to go through the long process. Why go through all of that headache with knowing that the incoming president is going to more than likely deport you, and now you got to deal with all of this nonsense? Why go through all of that? If you got to go through the long process, go through the long process. You're not going to be going through the long process in your own country. You're going to be going through the process here in America. So why go through that headache? Just go through the process. Nobody likes the process, but you got to go through the process. It is what it is. Any country would do that. Any country would do that. Would you just let anyone in your house uninvited? You don't check them out. You don't know who they are. You don't know who they're connected to. You don't know what if they got diseases or what. You don't know what if they got a bomb on them or AK-47. You don't know what they have on them, but you're just going to let them in your house? That's goofy, bro. That makes no sense. With the same principle of the country. You're not going to just let somebody in. They got to go through the vetting process. You got to check them out to see if they mean business, if they're cool, good people. Because if not, you may have some troubles. I'm just saying. Now, let me end the video on this. I am not against immigration. I'm not against that. I'm not personally against that. I don't have any prejudices against anyone, okay? Now, I may have preferences, but I don't look down on other people's ethnicities or so forth, any of that. I mean, whoever wants to come in, if you come in, I don't have no problem with it. As long as you're coming in legally and you're not causing no problems, well, I don't have no issues. Why should I? Honestly, the people that I have the most issues with, and I hate to say, is my own kind. So, and I'm not saying that because they are my own, own ethnic group, race of people. I'm not saying that because they're that. But I'm just saying, them the ones I had the most problems with. And you could argue, well, we closest, whatever, I mean, look, I've had problems with different people, whites and blacks. But unfortunately, the blacks are the ones I had the most problems with. I don't have problems with Mexicans. I don't have the kind of problems with Asians. I don't have the kind of problems with Latinos or whoever else is coming over here, whatever other immigrants coming over. I don't have them kind of problems with them, okay? I have those kind of problems. I have more problems with my own. So I have no problems with that, okay? Come, but you come legally. That's all I'm saying. Do it right. Do it right, and there won't be any issue. Now you got to go through all this stuff. Now you got to go through this self-deporting stuff. When if you just did it right the first time, I guess maybe they thought that Trump wasn't going to get back in. That's probably what they thought. That's probably what they thought. Maybe, I'm just speculating, maybe they thought he wasn't going to get back in, right? And they figured they could just coast with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. They could just coast because they would have coasted. There's no way they would have been deported. I don't think that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe at all Kamala, whoever would have ever, I don't believe that she would have deported them. Man, please, stop it. Stop it. She would have did that. I don't believe that at all. And I think maybe perhaps they may have figured they was going to coast if she had got in. But unfortunately, it didn't work that way. Trump got reelected. And not only did he get reelected, it was a landslide. And I don't care what the liberal mainstream legacy media says, it was a landslide. Stop playing games, admit you lost, and let's move on and work together and move on. Do what you need to do, man, and move on. Stop being butthurt and triggered. Move on with your life and stop acting like a baby. Go, let's move on, man. Come on, let's move on, bruh. Move on, sister. Ain't no need blipping and blapping around it. Let's just move on, okay? But anyway, yeah. Anyway, going off on a tangent there, but yeah, this is what's going on. These people deciding, look, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to be. I don't want to have to go through that trouble. I'm just let me go ahead and do what I need to do. Let me get on about it myself. I'm just saying. What do you guys think about these Haitians self-deporting themselves? You think it's a good thing? You think it's a bad thing? You think Trump's putting too much pressure on them, or what? Okay. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you. I'll see you again.